Beats Planet.
Will still don't love me, but it's cool. It's all good. Ain't no love in the heart of the city. It's all right.
Ain't no love.
It's your boy.
There's no problems here. There's no problems here. Shouts out to everybody that's here. I'm Voch Lombardi.
I got you.
And then, you know what? I had it written down to come up with my own. Tomorrow we're gonna have a sound drop, and Will still has his sound drop. What up, Will? Still my point guard today.
What's good? What's good? It's your boy.
It's your boy.
You unprepared, man. What's going on, dog? I don't know. Maybe it's me. I was expecting you to have some outrageous follow up from last week. Okay, cool.
No, because I don't want to outdo your drop. You know what I mean?
Well, see, brother Will, still, that's what you gotta understand. I'm competitive, and the only reason I didn't have my drop today is because I forgot. It was over the weekend. Last show we did was Thursday. But if you want a boogie, sir, I can reformat all 12 of these.
You ain't gotta tell me. This little roadcaster. I go to work with it, bro.
Hey man, content kings, man. That's what we do. That's what we do. Welcome to the show. We're talking some very relevant stuff today. You know, some I ain't want to touch on it, but we got to do what we got to do, man. It's it happened over the weekend. I had a source to tell me right before the show we did Friday, but I ain't want to get into it that day or the show we did
Thursday. Yeah.
Show we did Thursday, and I didn't want to get into it. So this is our show back. So we got to address it. Before we do that, we must do our housekeeping. We're here live on the volume. We're live on both channels right now, on the volume page and the Voch Lombardi page. What I would love for y'all to do Okay, is if you're on the Voch Lombardi page, we need you to populate the volume page because we're live on both channels now. But starting in May, live streams are going to be exclusively on the volume. So if y'all love me and Will Steal to pieces and y'all want nothing but great things for us in the future, we need y'all to populate the volume side. Someone on the volume says on the Voch Lombardi side says, Adrian, shouts out to you in the chat. He says no notification from the volume. Cool. Luckily, we don't need them because we go live Monday through Friday with some type of content for you at 3 p.m. Central every time. It may be 3:03, it may be 3:07, but 3 p.m. Central, if you're sitting in front of your computer looking for some Voch Lombardi and we'll still on a Monday through Friday, we will be there. And if we ever make a change, we'll let you know. Follow me on all my social medias, Voch Lombardi, he's Skywalker Steel, all that good stuff. Let's kind of do this. Also, too, this is a very interactive show, and this show in particular, of course, we would love to hear y'all's, comments or whatnot. So the chat box is always open for you. I got both of them pulled up. One day we'll only have one chat box pulled up, which will be the volume chat. But today I got both of them pulled up just so I can, see what y'all are saying about this. And of course, if you want to get your place in line, you can call into the show. The number's on the screen: 202-926-1127, access code 309104. So whenever if you got something to say, you disagree with Voch, do your thing. You disagree with how the Cowboys handle it, whatever. Come and give us your thoughts. Now, I kind of wanted to wait around a little bit, right? I'm never jump up and do something immediate guy, especially with something that's not football, right? I try to keep this thing as football as possible because that's the content, that's what it is. When we get outside of that and we start going into real life situations, then I would love to get more information. I would love to get evidence. I know my immediate reaction, sometimes people seek it, but I think with this kind of platform, you got to be responsible. You know what I mean? And if I just come out and say, oh, Kelvin Joseph killed somebody, XYZ, then it looks bad if it comes out that he ain't killed nobody or that he was unarmed or that he ain't even shoot nobody. So you just got to kind of have your funny enough, when me and Will Steele was talking to that source of ours Thursday, they was all like, hey man, boss man Fat and his boys, da 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 da. In my mind, I heard Boss Cowboy shot somebody. In my mind, that's what I heard. So I was like, what? You know what I mean? So it's always best to just, sit back and kind of chill. We like to quote philosophers here, right? Styles P says, hey man, look, plug the fan in, let the sweat dry off, then grab the cannon. You must be slow and contemplative with things like this. You don't want to create a bigger storm than what something really is. And I often when we get topics like this, man, one of my biggest problems comes from fans, come from people that are consuming this information, right? Because sometimes if like if I go live and this happens, someone will come to my channel like, okay, well, Vash, what are we gonna do about cornerback right now? And this shouldn't even be about football on the front end. This shouldn't be about a second round pick wasted or who's going to play cornerback two for us. Somebody died, a young person died, Cameron Ray, young person died, and then another young person who had a bright future. That future looks murky. You know what I mean? So that's real life ass situations way before even football. And I don't want to come on here to speak in a way that, oh well, whoever got shot, oh that's not important, we're going to talk about this and this and this and this, just sometimes I just like to be a little more calculated. So but now we're here to give my whole thought and opinion on the Kelvin Joseph thing. And I don't really look at this whole situation with anger. And it's interesting that I see people interacting with this situation, with some type of, oh, F Kelvin Joseph, F this, F that. And I think that's like an NFL culture thing, because I think what happens with fans and NFL culture and these players is that we don't look at them as play. And when I say we, I don't mean like me and y'all, I mean like them. So when I say we, I mean like those people. They look at NFL players not as people, but as assets, right? So you can look at this situation and totally forget that Kelvin Joseph is a 22-year-old that was in a bad situation in the wrong place at the wrong time. Don't get me mistaken, I'm not excusing his behavior. I'm just kind of painting my picture here. And Kelvin Joseph's situation ain't worse than Cameron Ray's situation. So let's just be clear with that, and Cameron Ray's family. So let's be super clear. But the whole idea, what I think happens with this social media culture, NFL, and how they interact with players, there seems to be this idea that just because you make $1 million, you got to be the smartest and most mature motherfucker in the world. When in real life, that ain't the case at 22 years old. Should Kelvin Joseph not be in the streets with hooligan friends? 100%. Should he not be be around those friends when confrontation and stuff like that's going on? 10,000%. Should he have not been in the car? Because look, nobody just ups and just shoots. There had to be some, oh, F this dude. Oh, we about to do this. We about to do this. We about to do this. 10 more steps. I get in the car. Kelvin had a lot of steps to get the hell up out of there, right? But I don't look at this and go, Kelvin, go ahead.
Oh, you good. Kind of frozen for a second.
Got you. I don't look at this and say, oh, Kelvin, da 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 da, waving my finger. You move with your uncle and auntie and Bel Air finger wave, Kelvin Joseph. I hope that we can do a better job of like preventing shit like this. You know what I mean? So when we think about, the league and the players that go in the league, yeah, a lot of these dudes are the role models that you want these players to be for your kids or whoever the hell that you think that they should be role models for. But in real life, a lot of these dudes come from damaged families and damaged backgrounds, and they use football as a way to get out the hood. They use football as a way to escape that. And it takes time to reacclimate yourself. I'm not excusing Kelvin Joseph's actions. We just having a conversation as content person and viewer. I think the NFL could do a fantastic job of this because I don't have a stat on this. There's no like CDC number on this, but I'm willing to bet. I'll say 60+% of athletes in the NFL come from a background like this. And I think it'll be beneficial to players like that to go through I ain't got the word for it, Will. So like a reconstructive corrective program, like a you not in the hood no more reconstructive program. That makes sense?
They have a rookie symposium,
Ain't enough.
similar, but it's not that direct. Like, yo, you come from the hood now. We got to put you in this type of program.
Sure, like watch your money, watch gold diggers and all this. I think there needs to be a program for these. I ain't gonna. I was about to say these Dez Bryant types, but Cowboys had security walk around with
Yeah.
Dez Bryant, come out of trouble. But situations like that, people like that, we can't just automatically assume that Kelvin Joseph has the sense that's playing back in his head. I was actually tuned into your show earlier, Will, still over on A to Z Dallas, and some people were calling in and be like, "Hey man, me and my friends wouldn't even be in the club like that." Well, you're speaking from a perspective of a 30-year-old. You see what I'm saying? The perspective of a 22-year-old. And to be fair, this is once again, I just want to preface the shit out this because it's easy to take a clip and be like, Voch said it's cool for Kelvin Joseph to be in the car with gangsters. Like, I don't want that to be a thing. I'm strictly speaking from the idea with the information that we were given that Kelvin was unarmed and he got in the car with no intentions on shooting nobody and he didn't shoot nobody. You see what I'm saying? That's the information that I'm working on. If that's the case, then we need some type of situation, some type of league preventative measure to where, hey, Kelvin, I know these your people, and you're 22 years old, and you're a millionaire, but that don't not make you 22 years old because you're gonna do some of the same shit that a broke 22-year-old would do. It's just that you're gonna do it with a shiny ass, the vibe chain on. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. So I don't expect Kelvin to have had, and just peep all my subjects and my verbs and shit, right? To have had the maturity to know that wasn't a situation that he could be in. As a 30-year-old looking at it, that's one of the worst situations you could possibly be in. But Kelvin Joseph, fresh out the hood, he's only had a little bit of money for a little bit of time. It's not like he can go buy Russell Wilson house right now. Kelvin ain't got that money. Kelvin got his level of whatever his money is, which is a lot more than most of us. But that don't take away from the fact that he's done some dumb shit. Well, we can take, or he was around some dumb shit. What we can take away from this, there's a lot of different ways we can do this. But what we can take away from this is that I hope Kelvin Joseph has figured something out. I don't want nobody in jail necessarily. Let me say this. I don't want nobody in jail necessarily, but this may have been something good for Kelvin, that if he's around somebody, and it's another preface I got to make with this. So there's this thing in the hood, right? To where like if you're in the hood and you got somebody that looks like they can make it out the hood, whether it be an athlete, rapper, or whatever, you have this thing called protecting the money. You know what I'm saying? If and this could be something different because they got bad OGs. Like they OGs and they old heads ain't that great. But when you see the person with the future, when you see the money going down a certain type of path, it's the environment's job, it's the old heads' job, the OG's job to get that dude away from that situation, which is probably why Kelvin's not in jail right now. We don't know yet. But it's their job to kind of keep Kelvin away from that situation. So if Kelvin got friends that don't even have the understanding that Kelvin Joseph is the money and that he got the future, then Kelvin probably don't need them people in his life anyway. Kelvin don't need them dudes around anyway. And Kelvin, as a 22-year-old, may not have the maturity enough to tell a toxic person in his life to not be in his life anymore. Jail will automatically do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Kelvin ain't got to make this decision anymore. Kelvin he no longer has to say, okay, how do I tell these friends of mine that I probably grew up with, all Baton Rouge guys? How do I tell these people that I grew up with that we can't be cool anymore? Jail will do it for you. Jail will do it for you. There was another person that called into your show earlier, Will. Still, I got a lot of my notes from your show earlier. Salute to you, sir. They were speaking online. Well, Voch, where's all the leadership? Where's that? So this is my response to that. You don't get leadership necessarily always from just somebody that's older. You know what I mean? You get leadership from somebody that you look up to. You see what I'm saying? Because that's why like Tupac was so like influential, because Tupac was who he was relatable, and he had a message, so people follow Tupac, right? If you just an old person waving your finger at Kelvin Joseph, he's probably not listening to you. That goes in one ear, that goes out the other. That's regular ass psychology. That's regular ass mental health shit. You're like, we're like younger people at his age, we're not listening to old people like that, especially when it sounds like we're waving our finger at you, especially when he's been in the streets his whole life. Kelvin Joseph probably been in the street since a teenager. So you mean to tell me a decade of street, you trying to just up and erase from Michael Irvin maybe shaking your hand one time saying get out of trouble? That's not going to be the case. That's not going to be the thing. This is not me excusing Kelvin Joseph's actions. He fucked up. He was around some dumb shit, and he probably should have said something earlier. This is just me painting the picture, just kind of letting y'all know what probably happened. You can't expect a 22-year-old to just show the fuck up and be like, all right, bro, let me listen to what Michael Irvin got to say, and then we gonna die. Let me not buy a the vibe chain and not make music and only do, you know what I'm saying? That's just not realistic. Everybody in this chat box at some point has been a young person, and when an old person said, don't put your hand on the stove, your goofy ass put the hand on the stove anyway. It wasn't the person telling you not to do it. That's the reason why you don't touch stoves no more. It was the fucking burn of the stove that makes you not touch the stove no more. This a hot ass stove Kelvin Joseph touched. It's a hot ass stove, and it's gonna be a mark on his hand for the rest of his life. And hopefully that when we're in future situations like this, I don't know how many partners he got. I don't know how many of his partners is gangsters. And if only the partners that's his of his, only the partners of his that's gangsters. If those are the dudes that went to jail, then Kelvin probably be fine. Kelvin probably be good, whatever. Somebody also asked, well, Voch, what about extra retaliation? What about like street shit? Like, do you think Kelvin Jones gonna have to watch his back for the rest of his life? I don't think so, because if you stay the fuck out the hood, you ain't got to worry about hood people. If you go places where hood people can't necessarily afford to be at, you just be low key and you just be generally smart and not just broadcast your location and shit like that. Like you can live life, you know what I'm saying, regardless of what's going on. Will, still, I haven't gotten your thoughts on this. You spoke on it earlier. You ain't got to go too deep into it, but just from a producer chair standpoint, did you have something on this?
Yeah, I'm not going to go through this whole thing again. It's a sad situation. I told this story on Twitter and I said it on my show. I had a coach that told me, show me your friends, I'll show you your future. This is really, honestly, goes deeper than just that one night. I know he made a mistake, but this is what happens when you try to follow that type of path as a young man. And I do believe in having somebody, an OG or whomever, a mentor, somebody to help aid you and get you, away from that said path. But like you said, we hard-headed when we're young, right? And maybe this will be the thing that humbles him. Whether it will be here or not is a different story. But a life was lost, so this is extremely serious. I hope Kelvin Joseph takes it as such, and we're not hearing about albums and all this and all that in a couple of months.
I just want people that's not from this community or doesn't have understanding of what that community, what that upbringing can be like. I just don't want those people spewing hate for Kelvin Joseph because I could have been in one of them cars. You know what I'm saying? When I was young, I had an opportunity to be in one of them cars. And it's not because I was smart that I didn't get in the car. It was just I was tired from fucking football practice, the reason why I wasn't in one of them cars. And then when I realized what was happening in that car, that's the reason why Voch is on the straight and narrow now. You understand what I'm saying? So I just want people to have understanding because there's some undertones on Twitter, boy. It's some undertones on Twitter that I don't think you should overreact to them, man. You should just kind of see them, assess them, and just be like, okay, well, we know what that is now. But there's no there's no perfect. Oh, he shouldn't have done. I know there's a lot of people that think highly of Voch. Voch could have been in one of them cars, you know what I mean? And everybody got a story. Will got a story, Short Dog got a story. We all got stories, man. But let's not be judgmental of anybody, especially of a 22-year-old. What I can hope for is that this lesson, that it kind of changes, change things around a little bit. And hopefully he can be focused on and not even focus on football in the way that this like football is more important or anything like that. But football is what's going to keep him in a good place in life. You know what I mean? So hopefully focusing on football will keep him out of the the vibe change streets. You know what I'm saying? Snitch culture is also weird too. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of people that was kind of getting on to Kelvin Joseph and kind of calling him a snitch. And it was interesting because I feel like that kind of pressure could fuck Kelvin Joseph's life up more worse than him doing some dumb shit, right? Like, what if Kelvin Joseph was just kind of on social media and he just see y'all tweeting about snitch culture and he thinks it's a good idea to not tell somebody what happened or to not give explanation on what happened because of snitch culture. Snitching exists, but Kelvin Joseph wasn't even snitching because at the time Kelvin Joseph was a civilian. Civilians aren't rats. Civilians are civilians. You know what I'm saying? If you do something to somebody's son and their mother tell the police on you, she's not a snitch. She's being a civilian. It comes from now. If Kelvin had a gun and Kelvin said we're gonna do this, and then they did something, and then he told, he's ratting. But Kelvin was a civilian in that situation. That ain't ratting, man. Kelvin just, and 9 times out of 10, to be fair, they probably had a huddle. They probably had a meeting. And I don't know if this happened, but it's just me assuming or whatever. They probably had a meeting and they was like, hey, man, we got to protect the money. And it was too late to protect everybody and the money. But on that last go, I'm sure the dudes that did it, they're sure that they're going to jail. And I don't know, maybe Kelvin Jones got to take care of their family or something. I don't know what what the situation was, but that kind of culture, man, like social media can be a weird place, especially when real shit is happening. So I just want everybody in my audience, everybody in my chat, and all that to just kind of be aware of news and shit like that that's just going on. Just try to look at these people as people. Major condolences to the Ray family, man. It always sucks when it's somebody young, and that's a greater outside of football conversation that we'll have to have like one of these days or whatever. But sucks, man. Sucks. But we shall move forward to talk football because that's what this show really, really is. So, Will, did you have any like closing thoughts on that before we move on?
Nah, I'm done with it. I mean, it's probably going to get brought up over the next few days, but this was a tough situation to discuss because of so many different reasons and frustrating as a fan,
Sure.
and as a black man because we continue to see this, happen with our people just killing each other. What the hell are we doing? So
Sure.
it's frustrating in so many different ways. So yeah, I do want to talk football, but I mean, there's a football aspect to it in general. Drafting those type of guys.
Sure.
Drafting the character issue guys. And listen, here we are.
Yep. Proud toxic fan says so question, Vash, what do you think the appropriate consequence is? And that's a fantastic. I'm about to beat you up a little, but that's a fantastic response. It ain't my business. It ain't my that's not my place to say what the consequence or what his punishment should be. That's why I think a lot of social media's problem is, oh well, he should be suspended and take his game checks away. That's not your business. Mind your business. They pay somebody a lot of money to come up with those decisions. Just be who you are. Vach ain't I ain't the judge, jury, I ain't the warden. I don't, you know what I mean? I'm not in charge of nothing. I have no clue what his punishment should be, and I ain't giving nobody ideas. You know what I mean? So whatever happens, it happens. But I have no earthly idea what that should be. But whatever it is what it is. Now we have 30 or so minutes left in this show, and I'm sure it'll be brought back up through the phone. It'll be brought back up in the chat box or whatever. But let me tell y'all something. Aside from we ain't talking about this no more. We ain't talking about this no more. So get it out y'all system today. What do I feel about troubled players and shit like that? I think it's funny. Cowboy fans will be on some old Cowboy shit and be like, I want a Charles Haley type player that's gonna throw a chair at the owner. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't want players like that. You don't want players of that name. Now, you could go the stance of, well, Voch, this ain't the Boy Scouts. You know what I'm saying? Brian Bros love to say that one. This ain't the Boy Scouts. Voch, get you a gangster that plays well. I think you just gotta keep digging and keep doing your homework. Because when we had about Kelvin Joseph, I don't think it was like criminal shit. It was more so about him and LSU and the coaches and shit like that. Go ahead, Will.
Yeah, coach. I mean, not just coaches. There was some decision making as well off field from what I was hearing. But you would think that the Cowboys have an experience dealing with those type, that they would have a system around them that could help Kelvin Joseph. Clearly, that obviously is not the case. But as a fan, I totally get the frustration, man. I did a second round pick since 2010, and there's a lot of those questionable, risky picks, and I'm not just talking about character issues.
Sure.
There's a lot of chance. They take too many chances in that second round, and this might be the tip of the iceberg here because somebody, unfortunately was murdered. They need to think twice about that second round for a team that relies on the draft. Cut it out with these risky picks in round 2. You need them risky picks to be here, and you really need them to be here beyond 4 years. That could be a different discussion.
I agree with you. Stay up on that scratch. I want to talk to you a little bit more. So Liz, let me ask you a question, right? So I do agree, but I do think this is a very hindsight look on things, right? Because like if Jordan Davis like robbed a liquor store and he fell to like 60 something overall, like do you not touch him at that point? You know what I mean? Like do you just leave that dude alone? Like at some point you got to figure out, okay, did you rob a store or are you a store robber? You know what I mean? If you don't just rob stores, then we just gonna forget this even happened and we gonna boogie. You see what I'm saying? But if if you're a store robber, that's what we got to be careful for. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's one of those things. It's like just a mistake that happened, as opposed to you being that guy.
Line step. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That's tough, because again, any other team, sure.
Yeah.
Dallas, you really got the benefit of the doubt.
Will still Kelvin, look, Jordan Davis can get arrested for breaking kids toys, and he burnt up a house, and he stepped on some Easter eggs, and he's going to jail for 30 days, and he's not going to get drafted. You're not going to look at Jordan Davis but like, you know what? I don't want these trouble players on my team. I don't want that big ass Easter egg stepper on my team. We're going to move on with our life, and we're not going to get any more trouble. I think there has to be a balance, man, because you need some of them dudes on your team.
You gotta be choir boys, but you gotta do your homework. And if we're being honest, if we go back, there was a lot of teams that did not fool with Kelvin Joseph at all because of one of the things that I know we get on Jason Garrett about a lot, but I do agree with this when you're evaluating a player. Do you love football?
Sure.
Sure. At first I might have took that for granted, but the more and more you think about it, the more and more that matters. Because if you really love football, and again, we're talking about that situation, you wouldn't have been in that car.
Sure.
I mean, because you'd have been thinking about the things that you love.
Sure.
Family, daughter, football. I can't be in here, bro. And I get it. At 22, I totally understand. You're young, but you're a professional athlete now. You know what I'm saying? And the love of football was something that teams questioned from him. So I am no longer making fun of the Jason Garretts or the whomever is talking about
what?
I'm talking about that part because I used to kind of shit on that. Oh, I love football. Of course I love football. Nah, I need to dig. What's the homework? I need to talk to. See, the problem is the COVID, right? Like I heard this on the draft show. You couldn't talk to certain people. I couldn't talk to Professor whomever, Professor X. I couldn't talk to ex-girlfriends or whomever. I couldn't talk to them because of COVID. They probably told you, hey, don't come to class.
It was still, I ain't gonna lie, man. I had a joke. Yeah, Will said, I'm not gonna lie, man. I had a joke I wanted to tell on Twitter, but it was one of them like Twitter jokes that like,
Yeah.
if you tell it that my employer wouldn't like it or whatever. And you remember, God damn, I'm saying whatever. Okay, so Byron Jones is a Garrett guy, right? But to this day, I feel like Byron Jones got the best celebration like ever. Like he'll bat a ball down, put the gun in the air, and holster that
yeah.
bitch. And it was one day I was always like, hey man, like Byron not gonna be here no more, but I hope the next cornerback get to use that celebration. It's my favorite celebration I've ever seen. And Kelvin Joseph being the next guy, in my mind months ago, I was like, hey man, Kelvin Joseph got to be the one to do the gun in the holster. But we can't have Kelvin Joseph. And as a Garrett guy, you can have that celebration. But Kelvin Joseph cannot holster the strap in the name of Byron Jones. Not going to be able to do it.
No, problematic.
Not going to be able to do it.
Bro,
if I'd have tweeted that, I'd have got fired.
You'd have tweeted that.
If I'd have tweeted that, I'd have got fired, Will, still. But I get to say it here with some context. But, I wanted to tweet this shit over. Whatever.
No, don't tweet that. Don't tweet that.
But
I'm being your young OG right now. I'm pulling you. Hey, bro, let me tell you something. You don't want to do that.
Don't hit send. Just go and just
don't hit send.
Save it as a draft. One day I'm gonna start saving all of my bad tweets as like drafts, and one day when the volume firing me and I ain't gonna go back to, I'm just retired. I'm just gonna release all them tweets, man. Like, hey man, this is what I felt. Let
me ask you a question as a fan.
Please.
And again, I know you said you don't not care, but mind your business essentially in regards to suspensions and things.
Sure.
Because I'm torn on this one, man. Should he be here? Right? Should
he be a Cowboy?
Yeah.
If
torn.
If Kelvin Joseph got in the car and he was unarmed and he had no intentions of shooting nobody and he didn't shoot anybody, then I don't think he should be cut necessarily. Now, will he have some type of league punishment, you know what I mean, for conduct detrimental for the story even getting out? Sure. You know what I mean? You can make that argument, but I've seen people do shit in the league and they've played football still. You know what I mean? Kelvin was in a car and I'm only speaking on the idea because if that wasn't the case and we just don't know, then just pardon me when them details come out. But it seems like Kelvin didn't want to shoot nobody. It's just he happened to be in the car when somebody got shot. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case, then nah, he shouldn't be cut. I mean,
that's fair.
As a team, there should be some kind of team shit going on, some team counseling or something like that. But I don't think he should be cut. No.
I think the reason why it's tough for me is because somebody died.
Yeah,
and I've been on that side as a grieving family member and friend, and so it hit a little different. So, but it's tough because the Cowboys believe in second chances. I compared it a bit to Josh Brent. DUI, right? Remember he killed his friend in a DUI who was a Cowboy player, and he stayed around. So the Cowboys have experience keeping guys in tough situations like this around. I just wasn't sure as a fan, morally speaking, do I feel good about that, about him being around? But if he could change his life, Voch, this could be his turning point in his life.
Sure.
Fine. And if Dallas can help him with that, like, hey, we're going to give you one of those Dez handlers, going to put you in better situations. Ooh, but he has to want to take that step.
The problem with that is I don't think Kelvin is, and this is just real life, unfortunately, I don't think Kelvin is the priority of a type of player that you would have to hire security for around. If Dak was a knucklehead, then you got to hire security for him. Kelvin Joseph, you'll probably just cut him before you hire security to follow him around 9 times out of 10. That's just how I feel. Let's get into the phones. We got some people on the phone. If y'all want to call into the show, the number is 20 shit. It's on the screen.
202-926-1127.
Access code 309104. My bad. Appreciate you. Here we go. Operating these 2 screens because everybody watching. We got people watching on the Voch Lombardi channel. If you are watching on the Voch Lombardi channel, please tune in on the volume side. Let's start off with set it off, Chris. Chris, what's up with you, sir?
Hey man, how you doing, man?
Hey man, everything
he's
good,
risen,
bro.
man, and You know, it's a happy Easter, man, and belated. But I think we just celebrated the only guy who's sinless yesterday. So you know, it's tough, man. Peace and blessings, man, and condolences to the family, man. But I think what Sky's saying about the second round thing, it wouldn't be that big of a issue if you hadn't drafted hurt guys, in Bruce Carter and Sean Lee, and then turned around and didn't pick, and even Jalen Smith, especially when Miles Jack was sitting there on the board, and he's still running around here making plays in the NFL. So I think that's the issue you got with the second round. Bro, man, y'all don't talk to that, to end and with such clarity, and I think everybody gonna have their own opinions. But yo, man, I want to kind of put something on the plate and on the table. We've been talking about all these different people in the draft and coming in. But man, what about this year 3 move that we're talking about? The third year, there was one of the things with Tom Landry would always say, and this is way back, is that your third year, or even Bill Parcells basically would say, your third year be the year is that you make your biggest leap. And I think for all the bashing that many Cowboy Nation fans have done, I think nobody's given the benefit of the doubt of the third year leap that Tyler Biadasz can make. And I'm gonna just, I know that's a film session or something that you guys can talk about, man, but I definitely want to see and hear what you guys think about that, man. I'm gonna get off the line, man. Great show, and let somebody else holler at that, man. I'll talk to y'all later.
Appreciate you. Will Steele, got any thoughts on that?
I'm one of those guys with Biadasz where I'm okay with giving him, another shot, but I'm also okay with bringing in competition. To me, it's Linderbaum or bust. If it ain't Linderbaum in the first round, I'm not touching center until day 3.
Sure, yeah. There's no need to try to bring in somebody that's not better than Tyler to try to take his job. You know what I mean? Like if that person is clearly better than Tyler, then move on. Then move on from. Well, you ain't gotta move on from Tyler. Just keep Tyler around and just figure out what to do with Tyler. Right. I think Tyler is about what the league is at center. Like that was like, and this was my same thing with Connor Williams. Also, it's like, hey man, you could try to replace Connor Williams, but go around the league and find me the players that's better than Connor Williams. They're on teams and they're not going nowhere. Now find me the free agent that's better than Connor Williams. That don't exist. So you just got to wait to draft or whatever. Connor was a hard dude to replace.
Let me just let y'all know, for those who don't know the volume, Connor Williams is Voch's son, so he's not going to speak ill of Connor Williams. I'm just letting y'all know that right now.
That is correct. Well, but let's also be fair here to Voch, because y'all don't like to say the fair side. I was willing to push him off a bridge for Rashawn Slater. If Rashawn Slater showed up and Tyron didn't get hurt and Leia was playing and Steele was good, and all right, Voch, Rashawn Slater left guard or Connor Williams? Like, I have no son. Give me Rashawn Slater.
Gave him up for adoption.
Holla at you. He's gone to a better place now.
Oh man, you ain't right.
So peep this out, y'all. The phone lines have filled up hugely. So what I would love everybody to do is just understand we got 20 to 30 minutes left on this show. You can't be one more thing guy today. I would love y'all to get in and make y'all points, because I want to hear what everybody got to say. I think this is a pretty interesting phone call to get people's opinion on it. So try not to hog our lines up. This ain't like the 3-hour streams we be doing or nothing like that. This is in and out. So everybody just be aware of your comments on the or how long your comments run on the phone lines here. Let's go. Brandon up next. Evan on deck. Carlos in the hole. Let's go. Brandon, what up?
What's going on, Voch?
Pardon me. Brandon from Frankly Football. Pardon me, sir.
I was wondering which one that was.
Yeah. It's nine. It's nine. It's nine. Brandon's here.
I love the title.
For sure. What you got, brother?
So I feel like the Kelvin Joseph news was kind of like the cherry on top of like a scandalous Cowboy offseason.
Sure.
If you get what I'm saying.
Sure.
Because it started off with like the bad karma from the Amari Cooper situation. Then you got the cheerleader scandal.
Sure.
Then you got Jerry's secret baby mama. Then you got them dropping the Randy Gregory news. And then just the maraschino cherry on top was Kelvin Joseph.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the reason that I think that Jerry Jones was kind of hip to the news was the Tuesday before all of this kind of came out. He just came out of nowhere, unsolicited, and was like, yeah, I'll trade up. And that seems a little strange to me, because
given the pick position that we were in,
Sure.
they had all of the necessary free reign to pick all of the positions of need and or want that they would have wanted.
Sure.
Now, from a business standpoint, he may think that what Kelvin is wrapped up in could be too fiscally damaging
Sure.
to hold on to.
Sure.
The risk may outweigh the reward, so they may need to move up and grab a corner. That is what I took from it.
Sure.
What do y'all think about that?
Well, if I'm about to talk, I'm about to kick off the line. But just go ahead and get your last few points out, and then we gonna wrap up your call, and we gonna move on. But that is written down. Go ahead, we got you.
That's all I got. I would love to hear y'all explain it. Y'all have a good one.
I appreciate it, Scott. I ain't gonna lie, dog. I was looking at the chat, and I only caught like 2 words of what he said. What did he say?
He wants to know. I'm looking at here too. Everybody got a wrench. Where'd this come from?
I started handing out wrenches.
Oh,
on
you
the
did.
volume.
Okay, as long as it's you.
I was handing out wrenches on the volume side just in case we get some nonsense in the volume page. I need shooters over there. Everybody behind the scenes of the volume. These are trusted people. Relax. He was talking about the off season in general. He talked about is the juice worth the juice machine squeeze?
Worth the squeeze. Yeah. It's been the most embarrassing offseason in this drought, in my opinion. That's no doubt about it. You can debate if you want to call it the worst offseason. It's been the most embarrassing. When you got baby mama drama, you got a bad trade. The Randy Gregory debacle was embarrassing. This Kelvin Joseph thing is embarrassing. You signed 2-3 players in free agency. It's embarrassing, but you got time to turn around. As for the trade, I would be pissed if the Cowboys gave up a second or third to move up in the top 15. I know they're probably talking about Stingley or Sauce. I don't think that's the way to go here.
No. There's no need to panic about this. Do you feel okay? Yeah, we ain't got time. We'll do it tomorrow.
I want to know what you're doing about.
We'll do it tomorrow. Shouts out to everybody in the chat right now. Let's see. Also, too, I don't care that Jerry Jones got baby mama drama. That ain't like news that I care about.
Yeah. We don't care either. But guess what? We've had to talk about this TMZ crap all off season as opposed to actual football moves because they ain't been making many.
Okay, so like if we'd assigned 6 other people, we wouldn't be talking about Jerry Jones and his baby mama.
Oh, quality.
Baby mama drama at 74 years old. That shit is sick.
Hold on, because my stepdad, right? OG, shout out to my stepdad, love him. He know the pimps from back in the day. This old pimp named Slim. He used to come around every time Slim would come around. He'd give us like $20. You seen Dave Chappelle? Holla. That's who he looked like. Slim looked like him. Slim had baby mama drama to the day he died, fam. And he was like 70 when I knew him. So, yeah, he was knocking him up, bro.
R.I.P. Slim.
R.I.P. to Slim.
R.I.P. Slim. We got Uncle Charlie on the phone. Well, I just skipped over Evan. My bad. You up next. Charlie up next. Evan on deck. Los in the hole. Go ahead, Charlie.
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing, man?
Everything good, man. We can't complain though.
Let me just say this. I'm gonna say one thing about Kelvin Joseph. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Yes, sir.
I just wonder would people feel the same way if there was their brother that was killed or their cousin that was killed.
Yep.
I bet we'll be having a whole different conversation.
Sure.
I heard of this saying called the hand of one is the hand of all.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure if he wasn't playing for the Dallas Cowboys, he'll be in handcuffs right now. And I know that for a fact because I lost a family member the same way. But I like the way you put that, Voch. If he didn't shoot, then he should get some kind of punishment, not go to prison. And I can agree with that too. Sure. But what we're going to tell that mother, we're going to tell her that we got no suspects in killing her son. What she want all 3 of them. But that's the way it is. That's the way the law is down in Texas. I guess that's how it is. I'm gonna leave that alone. But you put it so eloquent and so beautiful about, and that's why I love you, bro. Let me just say this, man. It makes no difference what we get, Cowboy Nation. We need to have a good draft.
Sure.
Because if we don't, we're going to be in some serious trouble. Let me explain something to you, and I'm going to get off this phone because we got a lot of callers. Miss Jackson, which is my neighbor up the road there, and she used to go to the casino every weekend. And then her husband found out she was running around on him. Other words, getting her groove on.
Right.
And the man found out the man was hurt. 2 weeks later, the man died.
Yeah.
And then after they buried him, a couple of months later, I see Miss Jackson on the push where she don't lost her damn mind. Hair sticking on top of her head like the Empire State Building, and with some birds chewing on her feet. And I asked her, Miss Jackson, you all right? Yeah, I'm all right. I said, but you got some birds chewing on your feet. She said, it ain't your business, it's my business. This is what I do. And I left that yard shaking like a stripper from Atlanta. Then I get up the street, and Mr. Jones was up there sweeping dead birds out of his yard. He said, I don't know how these dead birds got in my yard. He didn't know, but I did. It was eating off Miss Jackson's feet. They decided, and they come in book ass man, not to eat off the leaves or the grass.
Right.
They decided to eat on the poison feet. And that's why they dead now. If we don't choose the right people for this draft, we're going to be dead too. And that's all I got to say. And I love y'all, man.
What you want?
Yo, hey, I thought that was just a story. That was a metaphor. Ooh, hey,
yes,
appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
How does he do that, Scott?
Wisdom. Been around.
Look, I thought this was just another like Charlie story. You know what I mean? I thought it was a Charlie story. But like, I started listening, and I'm like, I'm not laughing, but I'm learning something, and it's coming together. It's interesting, bro.
One of those things you got running back. You pick
I want to
up.
re-listen. I want to re-listen a couple more times. I want to re-listen a couple more times. And it's hilarious. It's whatever, but that's interesting. Damn, but Charlie got range, man. All right, what we got here? What we got here? Let's do that.
The conference has been locked.
Just to make sure. 7 people on the phone. Don't go nowhere. We're gonna get to all y'all before we get up out. We're trying to get to all y'all. Hey, just don't hold it too long. All right, just be aware that we got people on the line and we gonna boogie. Evan, Carlos, DJ. Then we're gonna get into these numbers we don't know. Let's boogie. Evan, what up?
All right, hi, Voch. I'm gonna be real quick with this.
Sure.
Like, the reason that I'm calling is because like I kind of understand law a little bit, and what you're saying with Kelvin Joseph, with him being in the car, in the vehicle, the only thing that you're overlooking is that there's 2 things that if he did not report it to police,
Sure.
he's considered an accessory,
Sure.
which would bring a bunch of other charges with it. 2, if they charge them with felony murder, which is basically if you commit a murder in the act of another felony. You see this a lot in bank robberies. Like if someone does a bank robbery, someone dies, everybody gets charged with felony murder.
Yep.
That carries the same sentence as murder as the person pulling the trigger.
Yep.
You saw it in the Ahmaud Arbery case, where all 3 men got charged with felony murder.
Sure.
And they all got life in prison. So if he was in that car and he did not report it to police, he's probably going to jail for life. Just saying that.
Which is why I wanted to wait to get facts, and I'm only operating on what I know. And what I know is that he ain't been charged yet. I know 2 arrests have been made, and he ain't been charged. Now, if he
reported it,
sure,
maybe that's why they know who he was. Maybe he did say something, but
sure,
if he did not report it, which happens a lot, because even if it was like something, your friends or something, and you don't want to rat them out or something,
sure.
But that can get you into a lot of trouble. So if anybody has ever involved in something like that, report it to the police, because you can definitely get charged with a lot not reporting that. So
Evan, appreciate you, man. Great, good information. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
And then Will, something else too, man. I was actually walking around thinking, right, because like when I go live on these shows, I do freestyle. Like there's a lot of this is just freestyle. We just talking off the head because it's content and it's easy. But there is a part of me that when we have conversations like this, I got to think about what I'm saying before I come out here and say it. And one thing that I was really concerned about is, will the points in my mind, will I get them off properly? You know what I'm saying? Will I take my thoughts and get them off? That's why there's a lot of prefaces. There's a lot of disclaimers. There's a lot of, hey, y'all, I get it. I understand this, and this. You know what I'm saying? And, that was one thing, I just want everybody to understand that, it's fucked up going on here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to, paint nothing lightly. I just kind of wanted y'all to get a feel of what I was saying. I didn't want to be, misinterpreted and nothing like that.
And this situation could still be fluid. I mean, there's no charges brought at this moment on Kelvin Joseph. Who knows what'll happen in the next couple of days? They seem to move pretty quick though. Once he came and he talked. I mean, I think it's pretty clear he talked, right? That's you're in a car, you're the passenger to a homicide. You didn't get charged. It is what it is. Hopefully that's the end of it, and nobody else has to get hurt in this situation. But it's still, we gotta wait and see.
I'm sure they talked to Kelvin because if they didn't need Kelvin's information, they wouldn't reach out to him. It'd have just been 2 arrests made. But they questioned him because they was looking for information. You know what I'm saying? So that's just that. Who I said? Carlos, then DJ. Then we're gonna go down the list of these numbers that aren't platinum. We're gonna see if we can make y'all platinum. 602 would be the first of that list, but we got Carlos first. What up, Los?
Good afternoon, Voch. Good afternoon, Sky.
What's
Y'all
up?
2 legends. How y'all doing?
Appreciate you.
Hope
man.
Thanks,
y'all
Frank.
great.
Life good. Man. I can't complain.
Yeah, just touching up on that Joseph thing. Everyone is raised different, and everyone's environment is different in order to survive. And not everyone will have a silver platter given to them. I would say every human have demons they have to face, but you're a product of the environment you want to be in.
Right.
So I will say never judge a person because there can only be one, in my opinion. But their actions speak louder than words, and Joseph should have not been there.
Sure.
So with that, Cowboys have to stop with all these risks because history have shown, Sky said it hasn't worked out, and we have to make sure we hit on the second and third round because we have missed on key players, and we have picks that we were like the WTF picks because I hated that Tristan Hill pick, and I still will. I still hate it to this day. And with this draft is coming up, so it's not. And you talk about pressure on that scouting department.
Sure.
Man, you only got 2 weeks. Good luck, and that's all I have to say about that.
Appreciate you, Carlos. Great call. I almost called you Kelvin. Will still. I'm sorry, man. I haven't called him a boss man in a week. He's been Kelvin. My bad. So let me ask you this. So just to kind of tie this into with what's going on with draft world now, you're afraid of these second round chances or these guys, or not afraid, but you're just not all the way like you kind of sick of it, of these chances that we take on that we take on the injured players or whatever. So does that take like guys like Jameson Williams off him, not Quiddy Pay, but David Ojabo, guys like John Mitch? Does that take them totally off the board for you?
I don't know about Mechie and the Pickens and all those guys who did tear an ACL. Those weren't injury prone guys. Okay. Jalen didn't have a knee. That was without a doubt a super risk, right? If we're just talking about injury guys here, not character issues, but Sean Lee was injury prone, but worked out. Bruce Carter was an injury prone guy coming in. It got 4 years out of him, but he missed a lot of games in those 4 years. Obviously, it's case by case. It's not just simple as, character issues, get them off the board. Do your homework, right? Make sure those character issues aren't something that could fester again in the NFL, specifically if you're in Dallas. That's the other thing, right? He in Buffalo. Does it happen? I don't know. In Dallas, though. So, no. I wouldn't say Jameis Williams off the because he's not an injury-prone player. I mean, I could be wrong. You could let me know, but I didn't think he was.
No. It's interesting to see how the Cowboys move forward with this because they just moved on from a guy that lied to a drug test guy. They moved on from a guy that the whole COVID vaccine thing, and those are like, I guess, character issues for them. So I wonder how this character thing will play out. Or like, does it matter that Kelvin's a cheap player with character issues, or if you're a $20 million player with character issues? I think that's that'll be interesting.
I brought that up this morning. Like, keep an eye on what happens here because you can't come out and say you're upset with Cooper for not taking the vaccine and he has to be around and all these little things, baggage, right? On one hand, and on the other hand, say, it's cool. You was involved in this situation. You witnessed a murder, didn't say anything for a month, and no big deal. No, it's a big deal. We're going to be watching how you move.
Sure. 100%, Mr. Wolf. Boy, we're moving at a great pace with these calls, boy. We got DJ up next, 602 on deck, 702 in the hole. DJ, what up?
Hey, what's up, Voch? What's up, Sky? How y'all doing?
Cool.
It's been a minute.
Cool. What you got for the show?
Hey, so with this whole Kelvin Joseph thing, man, like, it's disappointing in the aspect that I've been the guy that's been caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. No bad intentions, no nothing. I just jump in the backseat of the car. They say we're going to the store, then stuff happens.
Sure.
Now, being a professional football player and being an adult, fully grown, a man able to make his own decisions, it's hard to believe that kind of situation happened, and we can't make any assumptions. We don't know the facts until we know the facts. But if he was in the car and he didn't pull the trigger, that's still a decision making because you know the type of people that you're around.
Sure.
Before, as I'm getting older, I'm 31, I'm right around you, Voch. When something, somebody was like, oh, well, he didn't do this, and you're like, oh, well, he's innocent then. But as we get older, we see that, well, this guy ended up in this situation over here, and then that situation keeps happening over here, and then the next situation happens over here, and it's a trend, which there was already, like, Kelvin Joseph wasn't the best person stuff out there, and then this proceeds to happen, then that brings into my mind that he's just that guy that it keeps happening to.
Right.
Now, it's only 2 situations, and, he's gotten that. There's no guilt as of yet. But the fact that it's in the news, it's there. It's dirty water. Once your water gets dirty, it's very hard to get it clean again, unless you're filtering it and doing all the proper things. So with that, it's very hard to move forward. Do you cut bait with him today? Maybe not, but maybe you made the decision that you're definitely not re-signing them no matter what. I just, until more facts happen, we don't know for sure. But it's when you have muggy water, it's real hard to clean your water.
Sure. Fair enough. Great call, DJ.
Yes, sir.
And that's another thing too, man. Like, you may be cool now, but what's the long-term ramifications here? Frank Clark, I remember when he was coming out of Michigan, like, this ain't no bullshit. I think he kidnapped his girlfriend or something like that, and he really was gun under the sea guy. And he got drafted and he was fine, but then just like last year or something like that, he got in trouble for having a Lambo. You know what I mean? So
it's a risk. I mean, those guys are risk. They're considered risk for a reason. Can you get the value out of them that you want? It's speaking from a football term, and you made me think. Is Kelvin the type of guy they want to stick this out with? Because it's not like you got anything to prove that he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He didn't have a dig season.
Yeah, fair enough. We got 303 concurrent viewers watching on the Voch Lombardi channel. I appreciate y'all for watching. But let me just give the 200 people that's watching on the volume side credit, because that's some numbers right there for both streams. Just to be However, we are running both streams for the remainder of April. But I would love for y'all, like me and Will would just love it if everybody on the Voch Lombardi channel would tune in on the volume channel. So starting in May, the first show that we do in May, we'll be having live streams exclusively on the volume. So we're doing it now, but I'm just doing this to get y'all to come on over here so I can get me and Will still raises for the Jones and Bucks. So we go live here on the volume Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Central. When the regular season come around, that may change up a little bit, but as of now, it's Monday through Friday at 3 Central. So all 316 concurrent viewers we got on the Voch Lombardi page, I just want to slowly, condition everybody to go into the volume on YouTube. That's the volume. If you don't know how to spell volume, look on your clipboard. You know what I'm saying? Look on your keyboard. Look on your phone. The volume, and sub up over there. And you don't have to hit the notification bell, because when we go live. We go live at 3 p.m. Central over here. So hey, all 304 people on the Voch side, just check us out on the volume. I'll even put that in the volume on YouTube. There we go. That's how to find it right there. And I'll just pin that to the top of the joint. Starting in May. Let's finish these calls up and we'll be done for the day. We don't know these calls, so let's just see what happens here. Let's go 602. What's up? Who it is?
What's up, man? My name's Sean. I'm down in Phoenix.
What up, Sean?
Thank you for taking my call, man.
Yes, sir. What you got for the show?
So, yeah, I want to talk about this offense.
Sure.
So, obviously, last year, man, the first 7 games we were 6-1, like unstoppable, and yeah, our defense was playing well. Trayvon Diggs, Micah Parsons, but it was our offense, if you remember, that was averaging over 30 points a game.
Yep.
Now, I'm trying to decide where the credit for that is so we can approach this next draft with that in mind. So do you credit the playmakers that we had around for our 6-1 start in that explosive offense? Do you credit just like Dak Prescott? It might have been just the whole kind of team together, Kellen Moore maybe, but in this next draft, I mean, do you replenish this offensive line or do you build up those playmakers again? What do you think would lead not to wins, but Super Bowls? Because, we've been getting wins for 15, 20 years, man, but we haven't been able to get to that Super Bowl. We've had playmakers. We've had a stout offensive line. We haven't been able to get there.
Sure.
What are you doing in this draft to win a Super Bowl in 2022, 2023? Where would you start?
I think what happened last year was we were able to run the ball very, very well, and Kellen Moore got into a groove of calling plays when your run game is effective. But I don't think Kellen Moore made a good adjustment of, calling plays when the run game doesn't work so well. So in my mind, that's probably like an offensive line issue. Maybe Kellen can come up with a way to manufacture offensive line. To manufacture run game production with the offensive line that we have. I'm sure he could do it. But I just think that I think Kellen will be fine. I think he just got to take those learning points and just kind of move with them. I don't think Kellen just rolled out the bed not knowing how to call plays one day. And Kellen's still a young offensive coordinator, so I do think this is the year for Kellen. Like, hey, and it's strange, man, because since he's taken over and Dak has been healthy, we just been the number one offense in points and yards and shit. So we can't pretend like Kellen is Linehan or anything. But I just think that there's some small things that Kellen got to get better at, and I think offensive line will help him as a play caller and Dak as a quarterback.
Gotcha.
Appreciate you, Sean, from Phoenix. Let me ask you a question, Sean from Phoenix. Are you a Voch Lombardi listener or are you a volume listener?
So I was a Voch Lombardi listener, but you had me switch over the volume, and I got respect for you. So
hey
switch
man,
over the volume.
hey man, appreciate you, Sean from Phoenix. We just made you platinum, man. Next time you call in, we'll know it's you. Appreciate it. I want to know who's watching the volume that stumbled across this loudmouth ass Voch Lombardi and were like, yo, I like this dude. Let me call the show. I want to know who those people are. 903 up next, 702 on deck, 972 in the hole. Let's boogie. 903. Hello, who is this?
What's going on, Voch? This Lamar.
What up, Lamar? What you got for the show?
Ain't nothing much, man. First time caller, long time listener. Same thing with Sky. Appreciate both of y'all for all y'all do.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I'm 100%. I'm 100% glad that y'all said this is the last time we talking about this.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, look, this is all I got to say. First off, we don't know what happened in the beginning to transpire to this situation.
Sure.
We don't know what happened at the club and any of that. All we know is that somebody got shot.
Sure.
Rest in peace, my guy. It didn't have to end that way. I don't think nobody deserves to die when you celebrate their birthday or deserve to die for anything.
Yep.
The thing about it is, to me, is that too many people are being judgmental for no reasons and not understanding the fact that the difference between a prisoner and a guard is one got caught.
Sure.
Bottom line. And that's so what they're saying is that we all are human. We all have made mistakes. Don't forget the times that us as people or certain people in their own personal lives have made mistakes and bad decisions that they're not proud of.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not forget that just because this young man is going through a certain situation in his life that he shouldn't have been a part of, yes. But most of that he shouldn't have been a part of, it's only because he got a blue star to him.
Yeah. Right.
If he didn't have a blue star to him, and nobody would be saying anything that he was in the wrong place at the wrong time or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So understand that this man is young. He has his own life to live. He grew up in a certain environment. He has a certain culture behind him. We all understand that. Get this man his time. Let him do what he needs to do, and we go on from there. I've been in prison. I did my time. I did the crime. I did my time. However you want to look at it.
Yeah.
Nobody deserves to go to prison.
Sure.
But there should be some type of repercussion simply because a young man did lose his life. Yeah, whether that be Kelvin, whether that be whoever, whether what the attorney lawyer dude called in a while ago said, it don't matter. Some type of repercussions have to be, whether the league suspending for 4 to 6 games or something, and then we need to get somebody needs to get something going for that child's family. You know what I mean? Some type of repercussions that Kelvin Joseph needs to be the leader of if he doesn't go to prison.
Sure.
But man, just mostly just people. I just wish people would not forget that we've all every single person in this world have made a mistake or wrong place, wrong time, and the only difference is that we just didn't get caught.
Sure.
Bottom line. That's all I got to say, bro. I appreciate you and Sky and everybody, all of you podcasters, and I'm gonna try to reach over to the volume and get on the same page with you guys, man. I love y'all, bro. Keep up the good work, and thank y'all, bro. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Lamar. I just
Thanks,
put
man.
you down. Next time we'll know it's you. Great call, man. And I really wanted to hear, the side from the people that have been in trouble before, that have gotten out of trouble. That was a good side to hear point of view from. So shouts out to Lamar. Two comments in the chat from what side was this? This the Voch Lombardi side. Love this. Tamara came from the. I swear Tamara made me sick, but I love the pieces. She came from the Voch side to come to the volume side to say, take y'all asses to the money side. I love it. I love it. You can't beat that with a stick, player. And then Chris Davis had a very interesting point, in case anybody was, asking. Voch, aren't you worried that will cannibalize your viewership and engagement of your own channel if you part ways with the volume? Nah. For a couple of reasons. I think people go where their content is. So, if Colin Cowherd leaves a network and go to another network, you go watch him there. If he leaves that and go to YouTube, you watch him on YouTube. If Voch and Will Steele normally do the Voch Lombardi channel or A to Z Dallas, but we're on the volume, then we got 200 concurrent viewers on the volume. You just kind of show up and just watch us on the volume. And if anything goes bad, then we'll be fine. But let me tell you why I don't think anything's gonna go wrong with the volume, because we're gonna bring some good ass content and we're gonna get raises and buy mansions. So I just wanted to do just a piece of a war call. I just wanted to do one and then just cut it off. So I just wanted to give a little just of a war call. You know what I mean? So boy, the people at the volume, boy, hey, this ain't even like look. Just to kind of give y'all some like behind the scenes. It ain't even behind the scenes really, but I think just the people at the volume, they really like what we do. Like they've enjoyed the shows that we put out. And that's a fantastic start. But Voch is so competitive, right? Like Voch is so, I'm like, bro, they ain't even seen our next level, Will Still. Like we've been doing this. We've been doing this with no headlines, Will Still. You know what I mean? We've been doing, you know what I mean? So wait until they get Ski Mask Voch. Wait till they get Sad Voch. Wait till they get these different characters. Wait till the phone lines really start picking up. Wait till we get headlines, bro. Wait till that content start kicking in for real. Wait till we do the different reaction things. Wait till we at least get a press conference every day to talk about. You know what I mean? It's gonna be whew.
Sam said, Voch talking in third person. Sam, you must be new.
Listen, man, Voch says this, bro.
I knew that was coming.
Voch says this, bro. I need you to understand. Look, man. Look, bro. It is what it is. What we're gonna do? What we're gonna do? But appreciate everybody for tuning in. D Collier says, "What's this? The volume?" Just go to YouTube and type in the volume. That's where we'll be live at. Live exclusively. These live streams will be live exclusively on the volume. So please be sure to populate over there. As Tamara calls it, the money side. We got 2 more calls. We're gonna get up out of here.
2 more. Then make sure you get your super chats after.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go comments and super chat. I got both.
What up, bro?
Damn, wait a minute. Let us introduce you first. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We got 702 on the line. What up? Who it is?
That's D Shat.
This is your boy Daryl that was on Twitch with you when you were playing Elden Ring.
Daryl, what up, my guy? What you got for the show?
Hey, I want to holler at you and Sky. Sky knows who I am. My nickname's Mr. Passion.
We know who you are.
Mr. Law Nation gave me.
Both of us know who you are. We know who you are.
I wanted to holler at you and give you some love because I'm a first-time caller.
Appreciate it.
I don't really get to call in that much, and I don't never catch you. I always miss you and Sky's show, and I actually got to catch you this time. So I wanted to give you some love and let you know that I love everything you do. I love the content you put out with Jeff Kavanaugh and all the other guys that you work with, and especially my guy Sky. He's fam to me, and so are you.
Yeah.
So, and I want to let you know I'm going to the draft this year for the first time in person. So I'm going to be there live for that. So I'm really excited for that. And I just wanted to see what you think. What do you think we're going to do on the first round? You think we're going to go offensive line? You think we're going to go wide receiver?
I tell you what, Daryl, sound like a dice game going on over there, boy. Everything cool?
Domino.
Yeah,
All right. Yeah, I feel you, bro. Yeah, man. Day one, I have confidence that the Cowboys will take the best player regardless of whatever position or side of the ball that they play. I don't think we're specifically looking for one thing. I think we would hope that it's guard or receiver, but if there's a standout player at that position that may have fallen to us or something like that, then we'll just take the best player and we'll just have to re-up everything in day 2 or whatnot. So like if Jordan Davis is there, Stingley is there, Charles Cross, she shouldn't be there, but if Charles Cross is there, Charles Cross, Devontae Wyatt, like you make those exceptions, Karlaftis, you make those exceptions, Linderbaum and Kobe Dean, if those dudes fall to you. Scott, it's so many guys. We're fine. Check, like, bro, if we somehow end up with Bernard Raymond, bro, that's the only way I'd be pissed off, bro. That's the only way I'd be pissed off. If we
you want me to tell you who I want?
Right, quickly, go ahead, Daryl, tell us.
Who I want for the Cowboys?
Right.
Just because I'm a huge fan of him.
Right, who?
And the way he plays.
Who else?
And his passion for the game. Like what you do, your passion for what you and Sky do.
Right.
That's why I rock with you. That's why I rock with Law and Jeff and all you guys, because you're always speaking facts, you speak truth, you put knowledge out there.
Right, but who?
You help me learn stuff that I didn't really know.
Right.
So I love you guys for that because I'm passionate about my Cowboys. I love my Cowboys.
Who you like?
But I want Traylon Burke.
Hell yeah.
That boy go hard. That boy go hard.
Boy, it took a while.
I tell you, hey, look, we had to find out about Law in them, but hell yeah, we got to. Hey man, Traylon Burks cool, man. I like Traylon Burks, Daryl. I like Traylon Burks a lot, man. And if he's a player that ends up in Dallas, man, hey man, I'd be happy. But boy, hey man, Collier Foots too, huh?
Dude.
Okay, I'll let you talk about.
Hey, with Lamb Dog and James what's his name?
James Washington and Gallup. Yeah, I'll let you talk about.
That's nasty.
Yeah,
that'd be nasty.
Hell yeah,
straight up nasty, dog.
So Daryl, Daryl, let me ask you this: who you like at offensive line? Do you like anybody at offensive line? You got any one of them guys you like?
Zion Johnson, Kenyon Green. Give me Chad Penning. Give me the guy Elam that you were talking about. If we can so happen by a miracle get that guy.
Who?
Or
who?
Give me one of those. I'll rock with that too.
Who you said? What?
Leave D Shap alone. Hey, Shap. Great call, brother.
He said Elon Musk, man. I'm trying to see what he said.
You ain't shit.
Kyrie. Oh,
you know that tackle, that high-rated tackle that you have at the top of your board that day you were doing that one show. You were rating all your tackles, and I was watching.
Iquanu. Okay, yeah, I got you. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I got you. Hey yo, Daryl, this was a good call. Hey yo, Daryl, so listen, this ain't the first time me and you talked. I actually got your number. I thought I had your number in here, but I see it up there. So
I didn't know if you did because I didn't remember because I don't get to call in that much, and I'm always working all the time, so I miss you a lot. So it's like
appreciate you, man.
This one time that actually I'm not at work right now.
Man.
I wanted to give you some love and tell you, hey, hopefully I see you at the draft. Here in Las Vegas. If I don't, just know that I'm watching from afar, and I love you and Sky.
Damn.
Be safe. God bless. Prayers out to the to the kid's family and him and Kelvin. Get yourself together, man. I know you're young, but do what you need to do.
Yep.
Get in that, on that field, do your thing.
Do your thing.
And prove to this team that you can do better and come out on the other side from it. Prayers up, much love. God bless.
Yo, Daryl, this was a fantastic call. I'm gonna go ahead and work on you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Fantastic call, sir. Yeah, man. I love Eagle, man. I love Eagle. What happened?
D-Shot, man. D-Shot, brother.
Love him, man. Love him to pieces.
What he said? Chad Penning? Trevor Muma?
I was like the quarterback, Chad Penning.
He's talking about tackles. Did he brought up the corner, and
he talking about Kyrie Elam. I ain't know what was going on. Right, cool. Hey man, hey, love him though, man. Love him though. Hey, look, the volume gonna love him too.
Dog, we gotta pull the part where he said, "You want to know who I want?
Who you want?" and you know what? And you know what, Lord,
tell you why I want him.
And let me tell you what Foots did before I tell you what happened. And then let me tell you my favorite song before we tell you what happened. Let me tell you this. He wouldn't have been here in 2020. You know who I like that? Traylon Burks. Oh, come on. Man.
I was getting worried.
Yeah, I didn't think he was gonna tell us.
Like Shap, that's my guy, and he talk, as y'all know. But I thought he was gonna keep talking and forget about the point altogether.
He do that all the time, but I love him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love it. I love him. Oh man. Hey man, let's get one more call, and then we're gonna go to the supers and then the regular chat for like 5 minutes. Get up out of here. 972. What's up? Who this?
What's happening, bro? What's happening, Voch? It's your man with the plan, RJ Keeper the Bean.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Who the hell is this? What'd you say?
It's the man with the plan, RJ Keeper the Bean. I'm down there in the chat trying to give out what's really gonna happen.
That ain't even the name you said the first time. You just said two different names, sir.
RJ Keeper the Bean, the man with the plan.
You just said Rashad something. Who is Rashad?
No, I said RJ Keeper the Bean. I don't know who that is.
He said RJ Keeper the Bean.
I know.
That motherfucker said Rashad RJ. All right, cool. RJ keeping it a bean. I'm gonna put that. Okay, cool. Go ahead. What happened? Tell me the truth. RJ keeping it a bean.
All right, so look, I'm gonna just keep it a band with you.
We know you are.
We know you don't happen to him because ain't nothing happened to him already.
Okay.
Lucky Whitehead, remember him?
Barely.
He had got shoplifting,
Sure.
24 hours, mistaken identity.
Oh, that's different.
Still got cut by the Cowboys.
Okay.
Old boy that used to be a punt returner, he got his dog stolen. He still got cut by the Cowboys.
Right.
But ain't nothing happened to Kelvin Joseph.
Right.
The thing is that he's on tape. The only reason why they were able to identify him because he's on tape in the club with the chain, the same chain that matches his album cover.
Right. Yeah. For sure.
The reason why nothing's gonna happen to him is because he got in his car. He just got in the car.
Right.
He went like this whole thing. It happened like over a month ago.
Right.
So for a whole month they didn't have nothing. And then 3 days ago they talked to Kelvin Joseph.
Yeah.
The day after that, they find two people that's not from Dallas, from Louisiana.
Right.
And they got them charged and arrested for the murder. He told, that's it.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like the only thing that's gonna happen is they're gonna sue the family gonna sue probably the Cowboys or probably try to sue Kelvin Joseph. And honestly, like that's like it's gonna be the most beneficial thing for the family. And then like after that, like it's already a wrap. He told it already. And then as far as what the Cowboys need in the bottom, of the first round,
sure.
If Trevor Penning is there,
who?
Because he got a nasty streak.
Who?
Trevor Penning from Northern Iowa.
Chat Penning. Right, go ahead. I got you. Yeah, I got
you. If he there,
right.
He a mauler. He got a mean streak.
Sure.
I seen him during the Senior Bowl. He got a real mean streak.
Right.
Them boys from Ohio State, he laying all into them, throwing them on the ground, treating them like rag dogs.
After he was beat, yeah.
That's what you need.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and keep it a bean with you, man. I'm going to keep it. Hey, I don't think that's gonna happen though. But listen though, what's your name again? Like what's your whole name again? So I can put you down platinum. So I can
RJ keep it a band. I keep it 1,000.
Oh, you hold on, time out. You keeping it a band or a bean?
Yeah, keep it 1,000. Keep it 1,000. Keep it a band.
A band.
Oh, wait,
okay.
A band?
It's a band. He's keeping it a band. He's keeping it 1,000.
That's different.
That's different. We gotta do right by these people now. Shit, RJ, keeping it a band. This was a good call, man. I put you down platinum. Next time you call, I know it's you, man. Salute.
John from is keeping a bean.
Well, that's sure. I've heard of keeping it a band also, but
okay.
It's fine. Look, he was like he said his name 3 more times, and then Jay Lombardi the chat said he said introduce yourself again. Yo,
like, chat ain't shit. I've noticed that a lot when it come to callers. I love y'all though, but y'all ain't shit.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, they no good. Listen, y'all, we gonna listen for everybody that couldn't call in. We got 6 minutes to dedicate to you. Go ahead, Will.
Aisha said this man got 5 aliases.
Which Aisha? 2i. Shouts out to 2i Aisha. Listen, for whatever reason y'all couldn't call into the show, man. We're opening the chat box for you to just openly express what. If y'all want to tell jokes for the next 6 minutes, this y'all business. Do your bidding. But go ahead.
One thing they don't know about us, we gonna have fun.
We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun on this show, man. If y'all wanted something too serious, then just take my money back now. That's a lot. But yeah, no, we'll just do a serious show. But later on,
kill your side, bitch. Kill your side.
I do not speak for Will Steele.
No.
At all. But with that being said, chat, you got 6 minutes. Let's hear what you got to say. Actually, I got a question for Will Steele. I got a question for Will Steele before we get going though. Let me ask you. And you know, y'all can ask anything. Will, who would win a versus? Mixtape Weezy or mainstream Weezy?
Mixtape Weezy.
So mainstream, you get
which we talking about? Pre 07 mainstream Weezy.
So this what makes it interesting. Like, it's not a time period. It's just the work. So mainstream Weezy is all albums and features. Mixtape Weezy is all mixtapes. That's mixtapes and the joint. You know, the mixtape joint.
I'm still going mixtape.
You going mixtape?
And I could be biased because that's my favorite Wayne. So.
Sure. I would love to just participate because Wayne ain't gonna do it by himself. I would love to just participate in that verse, just see how it'll play out.
He should though. That'd be dope. And let the crowd, decide who win that battle.
Yeah, he just do a concert and just back and forth with his two different shits. I don't know. I just had that on my mind this weekend. All right. Let's get into the what we doing? The chat. All right.
Chat. And your super chats on both sides, by the way.
Got you. Let me adjust you. I don't want you doing too much there. I want to get you perfect. That's perfect for me. There you go. So super chats. Let's refresh this. This is on the Voch Lombardi side. What we got today? We have somebody dropped a deuce in super chat. We them boys dropped a deuce in super chat. Said Boss Man Rat. Yeah, we saw that one going around, buddy. Good job being original on that one there, buddy. Appreciate you. And over on the volume side, we have. No, let me hit refresh. I know we got something in there. I know we got a little something in there. I saw it pop up. DJ was in there. There we go. We got DJ. He said, first super chat on the volume. In my mind, based on pure talent, the likes of Burrow, Young, and Lawrence are 10 to 15 spots better than Hutchinson, Thibodeau, and Ekwonu. Do you agree? This is an interesting class. I don't know who Young is. So is Young like Chase Young or anything like that? Are they 10? So what you're saying is the players from previous classes, are they at least 10 spots better than the best players in this class? I don't know if 10 spots, but I do think that you'll get more better players per position in last year's draft and year before's draft as opposed to this one. But you do have good players in this draft. I can make an argument that the teens and 20s in this draft is better than the teens and 20s in last draft.
That's interesting.
For sure. And that's probably because just in this draft in particular, there's more first round talents than there are top 5 talents, if that makes sense.
I don't think you're wrong because I think it was Will McClay that said there's about 230 draftable players in this draft where in normal year it's like 160. So that means there's a lot of talent. It just may not be the top end superstars.
I had a hard time making my top 50 board because like if anybody just made a top 50, there's 100 players that you could put in it. You know what I mean? Because that second and third round is so thick. So a top 50 board is only going to the middle of the second round. Like, bro, it's like players in the third that I just love. Jermaine Johnson is on it, but whatever. What was I saying? Here we go. Clint Friday dropped a 5 and says, Voch, do you think there's a chance we will get offensive line at each position on the line in the draft? Like a guard, center, and a tackle, possibly for big time competition. Would you be intrigued by that? We got a lot of picks, but you got to think about not just drafting to be drafting. So, if in the late rounds you get a guard or a center and a tackle early, that makes sense because that's where your guards and centers normally go as opposed to tackles. But if you get a guard early, and you talk about getting a tackle in the 6th round or something, that just wouldn't make sense to me. I don't think that'll be a good player. Jay Lombardi dropped a deuce in the super chat, says one tech or left guard at 24. There's only one tech as Jordan Davis versus left guard, which in my opinion would be Kenyon Green. I'm taking Jordan Davis over Kenyon Green.
Same.
But there's a piece of me that feel like Kenyon Green is more valuable, man. I'll take fucking Kenyon Green. So I don't know. But go ahead, Will.
I'm going with me. I said that Jordan, I think, can affect all three levels of it, and he plays a position and would help a part of your team that has literally lost you the last 2 playoff games.
If I had
Run
more
defense.
if I had more pass rush evidence, I'd probably move Jordan Davis up my list, up my top 50 board. But he's pretty high up. He like in the
Let
mid
me
teens. So
let
go
me
ahead.
let me mess with you. If Jordan Davis doesn't become a above average pass rusher, but he helps elevate your run defense,
Totally worth it. Totally
okay.
worth the pick.
Okay.
Totally worth the pick at that point. Like he ain't got to be a pass rusher. What I'm saying is that Jordan Davis versus other players, if he was a pass rusher, he would be kind of up there on my top 50 board. Is what I'm saying.
I
I'm
just tell his
putting
big ass, push the center into the lap.
go
push
let
his
Micah
ass.
do the rest. Go
Yeah,
let Micah.
let Micah do everything else. Yeah.
100%, man. Well, I don't disagree with you with that at all. It's just board building politics at that point. But yeah, if you can get Davis at 24, you just get that dude. You just run and don't even look back because you're probably stealing. Jordan Davis more impactful this year than Neville Gallimore? That's a weird question, but because we don't know what Neville Gallimore is going to be or what Jordan's going to be.
Yeah, because they can play next to each other.
They could play next to each other. You know what I'm saying? So we have no clue. Gallimore could be like your pass rushing one tech, as far as we know. We don't know. Maybe later in the in the situation we'll know, but we'll see.
I've got Osa being our starting 3 tech over Neville. Beats him out.
Is that with the context that Neville's playing one tech for you, or the fact that if they both play 3 tech?
Yeah, so I'm going if they bring in the actual 1 tech and we're just talking about who plays 3, I think Osa's going to take that year too. At least I'm putting the pressure on him.
So your day one D line is like, let's just say Brent Urban as a placeholder. So Brent Urban, Osa Odigizua, D Law, and
No, if we don't get an actual 1 tech, then it's going to be Neville.
Oh, that's interesting.
It should be.
It should be for sure, but we'll see. Goddamn. Will we take Quinn for a second? I don't know what that means. I'm seeing people say mixtape Weezy. Feel y'all on that. KG already. Professor O'Drop 5 Super Chat says hashtag Josie.
Yeah.
Shouts out to
I got you. We can point to it. You can't really see it in this shot, but.
Okay, I gotta get over there. There you go. Bro, Joseph Will's so cold, dog. Joseph. Hey, look, Will still. I know you didn't ask, but there was this bounty hunter looking for Josie Wales, right? And he finally ran into him. He's like, man, I'm looking for Josie Wales. Y'all tell me what the fuck. Anybody scared of Josie? Y'all tell me where the hell Josie Wales at? Joseph was like, I'm Josie Wales. He was like, oh. And Joseph was like, oh, so you a bounty hunter? You looking for me? The bounty hunter said, hey man, a man's got to make a living somehow. Joseph say, dying's no way to live, boy. No, he said, dying's no way to make a living. Will, come on, dog.
I feel like that's on a few. I feel like that's been said on a lot of different movies too.
They probably stole that shit. Hey man, what you mean? How big is Bohanna now? Big as hell. NFL peanut butter. Plus he was big already. But the funny part about it though, I actually went to camp last year. Like, bro, Brent Urban's still bigger than. I hope we can bring that dude back. He's bigger than everybody else, bro. He's bigger than everybody else. Like Brent Urban.
Oh, Urban, yeah, he's 6'7". He tall as hell. Yeah.
Brent Urban bigger than he made Justin Hamilton and them look small. I'm like, damn, bro. I hope we can get that dude back. Like, was there any like word on him coming back to Cowboys? Any word on that?
I think they'll wait till after the draft. He ain't going nowhere. He's 31 years old. He plays one position. Yeah, ain't nobody chomping at the bit to sign him.
Let's get that motherfucker. Let's see. Bohanna slimmed down since he came into the league. He been running around, but when that peanut butter hit him. Let's see. Don't hate me, Voch, but who's Josie Wales? That's crazy. He's one of Clint Eastwood's 12 roles that he was playing the same dude.
I mean, he ain't part of the Domagoo gang?
Hilarious. Yo, chat, I think that's all y'all got. I mean, we got a minute left, but boy, y'all ain't saying nothing interesting today. Mainstream Weezy by far, just the Carters. We'll have to test that out one day. He's actively chasing the guy. He's chasing the guy while filming. I don't know what that means. What weight do you think Jordan Davis should be at? I think 330, 340 just to prolong his career and in case his explosiveness for pass rush. Well, when you get Jordan Davis, you don't just assume that Jordan's going to be around in 13 years. You just want them next 5, first of all, and then we'll go from there. But he played at like 360. He lost 20 pounds and ran his 4.7 at the combine, which is probably why he ran a 4.7. But I don't know. Whatever way works. Go ahead.
I think he got to stay in that 330, 350 range.
Sure.
You don't want to see him get up to 360. That ain't healthy.
Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that. New Kendrick Lamar dropping May 13th. I seen that on his Instagram. Y'all go over there and check that out. And Shap says, love Voch and Will Steele. Appreciate you, brother. And that's a fantastic note to end this on. Hey, I appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. Like I said, there are 262 people still watching on the Voch channel. Come watch us on the Money channel, which is the volume. The volume on YouTube is how to find it. We ain't on TV. It's on YouTube. You go to your search bar, type in the volume. Not yet. Go to your search bar, type in the volume, and you'll see Voch and Will still up there. We'll be talking whatever we talk about. We go live at 3 p.m. Central Monday through Friday. All right. We're working on some things. We're gonna have a live draft party also, so be sure to tune into the draft. I'm gonna be doing a live draft show. Will still won't be. But be sure on day 1, 2, and 3 of the draft, you be sure to tune in. Damn, we got a $10 super from Shaq on the volume side. Appreciate you, sir. He says, I like how everyone a lawyer and judge with no evidence, just assuming everyone's guilty. Fair enough, brother Shaq. And then we have on the Voch Lombardi side, we got a dime in the super chat from Michael. He says, Boss Man Fat next mixtape about to slap. No, it ain't. Earlier, somebody said Boss Man about to drop a gospel mixtape. Man, come on, sir. Come on, sir. Come on, sir. What was I saying? So yes, we're going to be doing a draft party for day 1, 2, and 3 on the Voch Lombardi channel and the volume channel. But starting May, we'll be exclusively on the volume, so be sure you take care of that. We're going to try to get Okoye Media on the channel next week. That's going to be fun to get him on, and then at some point we're going to circulate like Law in here, get a whole roundtable going. It's all in the plans. Don't y'all worry. Follow me on Twitter, VOCHLOMBARDI. Also, I stream Elden Ring on Twitch. That's also twitch.tv/Voch Lombardi. Twitch is about to be my non-football channel, so we're gonna do everything over there. We're gonna do react content, conversation, music, all kind of shit over there. So be sure, and gaming. So be sure to tune in that. Will Still, what you got before we go, bro?
I gotta get into Twitch, man.
Twitch is a bad boy.
I know. Hit me up on Twitter at Skywalker Still, and every morning on A to Z Sports Dallas on YouTube, I do a Cowboys morning show. Come through.
So I just want to quiz y'all real fast because I did say this was on the test. If we go live tomorrow, what time are we gonna go live? Both chats. Let us know right now. What time are we going live tomorrow? We do the show. So we know what time we going live. But chat, I would love for y'all to tell me what time we going live, especially on the Voch Lombardi side, because y'all the ones that we need over here on the other side.
When I say the chat ain't shit, this is exactly what I mean.
They ain't no
Josh
good,
Ford, Boss Man Fat, featuring 6ix9ine.
Oh no, bro. Oh no. Can we chill? Can we chill?
Yeah, I love y'all though.
Can we?
I ain't
look,
shit either. I be on the same thing.
No, Will Still look at the first 3 comments on the Voch Lombardi side. I said what time we go live. Gary say 3:30. Terrell say 3 Eastern.
3 Eastern. We ain't coming on here at no 2.
Sir, what y'all doing, man? 1%. Come on. Hey, but we love y'all to pieces, man. Y'all hold down for the dose who was a piece. We see 3 Central tomorrow. Love y'all. Peace. Volume.
We out here.
Beats Planet.